Today I'm going to share with you my experience and my point of view playing for kids versus playing for professional dancers. During all these years playing for ballet classes, almost 14 years, I've been speaking with colleagues, with another pianist, and I found a lot of similarities regarding our experience playing for both kids or professionals. So let's speak about this today. In one of the first videos that I made, 6 tips for the beginner pianist, I say that
if you're going to play for a beginner's class or for kids, it's going to be a little bit easier. Because if you play directly for professional, the class goes very fast, so you will not have so much time to think about what to play.
And why I say that? Of course, because the class goes slower, so you have more time to think about what to play. But my question is it easier to play for kids than for professionals? I've been playing for many different levels and also ages. Since the last 3 years, I've been playing in the Swedish National Ballet School in Gothenburg. The age are from 10 to 15. I have also played for companies. I played a few times for English National Ballet, from the Royal Danish Ballet. I played 2 classes at Ballet de Cuba in La Habana. I play at Tivoli Ballet Theatre in Copenhagen. So I have had some experience playing for professionals. So let's get into the point. The good and the bad things about playing for kids or for professionals. You have, in most of the cases, a lot of time to prepare what you want to play. Because, for example, the teacher is marking the exercise several times because the kids needs to understand it, because it takes time with kids or with beginners to explain things. But of course, it's a lot of waiting time sometimes. You know, at the beginning you look at them, you see the kids, how they behave, and you see the teacher, how he's teaching. But after several classes you start to disconnect. What I feel is that the class gets slower and longer because I'm not there playing and, you know, I'm involved in the class. For me, these waiting times are not a good thing. You have to be more focused on details. With the kids, you need sometimes to find how to accentuate something, so to help them to move, or you need to play a very clear intro so they start well the exercise. So you really need to see how you can help them. And this can be a very good challenge because it teaches you a lot about the movement and about the melodies and the rhythm. So you have to be very careful and clever to see how can you help them. During these 3 years playing almost all the time for kids or for teenagers, I have developed more repertoire also from ballet, because in the music from the great ballets is very good for kids. In the other side, when you play for kids or for beginners, they don't go well with the music all the time. And this can be frustrating because maybe you are playing something that has a perfect accent for the movement and you see that they are maybe late, and then you miss this connection. You create more connection with the teacher because there's so many things going on in the class with the kids, how they behave, what they have problems and they show all these problems, or maybe when they are happy they show it really directly, which is very fun. So it's a nice thing because also the teachers need your support, you know, when something happens with the kids. So you feel very connected with the teacher. But in the other side, the exercises in general are kind of short. When the exercises are short, you cannot develop a musical idea as well as if this idea would be like very long. I mean, you can develop like maybe 2/8, 4/8, 8/8, but then the exercise most of the time finish. So you miss to develop like a long piece of music. Professionals, it can be of course in ballet companies, in contemporary companies, or in open classes. So these kind of places where they have guest teachers and people can drop in and take the class. In general, these places the level is professional because it's people like already working and they are professional dancers. Good thing, they dance so well, so beautiful. As a musician, and if you love dance, it's such a pleasure to look at them moving and you know, how they work, how they train, and how they move with music. They are super musical, so that's such a pleasure. But in the other way, you can finish the class very, very tired because you have to play so much in a professional class. Some classes you don't stop, you are playing because the ballet teacher marks very fast and you have to play. Maybe you have, I don't know, like you are playing 12 minutes non-stop, and maybe this 12 minutes is like grand waltz for big jumps. So imagine the intensity of your music and your brain, how to change, how to improvise, how to adapt to the dancer. So it's super demanding, so you have to be ready for that. A good thing from my point of view is that you work with adults. Of course, when you work with kids is another thing. So if you like to work with kids, then perfect to play with kids. But if you prefer to work with adults, then a professional company or a class with professional dancers will fit better. But in the other side, this can be also a challenge because it's not the same the adult problems that the kid problems. Also, I have heard from pianists that have been playing a long time in companies that, you know, when, for example, when there is a problem in the company, they can feel this tension, you know, adult problems, adult life, big problems, and sometimes it can be challenging, you know, to work on this environment every day. Also, they have their shows, so they can be exhausted. Sometimes you have to play for a warming up class before the show, the performance. So you have to have another understanding on how to support the dancers and how to make them feel well and warm up in a comfortable way. So you have to have another psychology. Another good thing is that you have a lot of freedom. When you play in a company, you can play almost whatever you want. This freedom is great because then you can find yourself discovering new things and you can propose new ideas. Another thing that I think it can happen in a professional company, maybe it happened to me because I couldn't play for a company for a long period. The maximum period that I played was 3 weeks. But I felt that, you know, because the adults are involved in their problems and people also change a lot in companies, I feel a little bit more ignored. Not in a bad way, like, you know, like they are used to see different people, so maybe they don't pay so much attention. Now that I'm working in the school, you create more a connection with the kids, so they say, hello, how are you? And they know you, and, you know, you create like an easier relation. But maybe this is because I didn't play for so long. And if you like challenges, of course, you are going to love to play in a professional company because you will have challenges almost all the time. Because, you know, there is going to be different ballet teacher, different kind of classes like men class, women class, and you are going to play a lot. So yeah, it's challenge. And the other side of that is that you can feel exhausted, like mentally, physically. So, you know, everything has good and bad things. So you have to find your place. And also, I think it's very nice to change. Suddenly, one day I have to play for a company class, if I haven't played for a company class in a long time, and I feel super excited and I love the feeling. Working in the school gives me the opportunity to build a strong relationship with the teacher, and it's something that also I enjoy a lot. That's it for today. Pianists out there, leave in the comments how is your experience playing for these both levels of dance, and how you feel, what you like most, what you don't like, and I will be very happy to read all your comments. Remember to follow my Instagram because I have there plenty of videos playing in my feed, but also in my highlight stories. So if you want to have the general Mariana Palacios experience, follow my Instagram. And if you would like to develop your skills playing for ballet, I'm creating an online course. I hope it will be ready soon, I don't know when. Some people already sign up. I'm very happy and thankful. I will give you some news soon. Keep an eye and sign up if you want to develop your skills. And please share these videos with everyone that can be interested. If you have any question, like you don't want to show in the comment, or you want maybe that I give you feedback about something, or maybe practical tips, you can contact me in my email. Thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!